Hello, my name is Patrick Gunning and you are currently tuned into What Am I Saying, a show which I talk about random things. Here on episode 12, I'm going to be talking about electronic wireless. I have not used any wireless device for the audio recording part, but I have used a pair of Bluetooth headphones during the audio editing part. I'm going to start the show right now. Electronic wireless is like broadcasting transmissions involving a transmitter to broadcast wireless data to a receiver like a radio or television set, which encodes or translates that data and then plays that data in a form of audio or visual display. Electronic wireless device is like a wired device that uses wireless signals than wires. The wires of an electronic wireless device are invisible to the naked eye, and if it's not going to be a tripping hazard to anyone around, one of a wireless device is like a remote control that can be used at a distance, not only activating the device in question, but also have control over it as well. But it will only work at a limited distance, and beyond that, the device might not work at all. A wireless device can't just receive a wireless signal in a short, but depending on the device in question, it can receive a wireless signal at a long distance, like a shortwave radio transmitter or receiver. A device that transmits any type or kind of signal comes in different shapes and forms depending on the make and model of that device in question and its applications which that device is currently used for that purpose. If a wireless device can only transmit or receive a signal at a short distance, then you want a wireless signal at a long distance. Like every other device out there, it can be modified in a way that meets your application, but it would affect the product's warranty to it, and then it becomes invalid, the warranty that is. Anyone can't trip over any wires because an electronic wireless device does not have any wires to it, but in the device itself. Electronic wireless uses an antenna in standing in for wires, and having an antenna built in within or having it built on the outside, which it would have a better signal to transmit or receive the signal. And an electronic wireless device of any kind needs some sort of power source for that device to operate normally as it would. There are laws that vary from country to country regarding to involving wireless devices, which, to my knowledge, mainly regards to both the frequency distribution, frequency modulation, which they use, and as well to much amount of power that can transmit. Modulate to an electronic wireless device can't just be done to change its frequency to transmitter, but it can also remove and replace its components to get them to work properly once again, and as well adding extra components to it to work even better in some way. Modulation electronic wireless device can only be used and controlled by the device owner. Every electronic wireless device is different from one and the other, and it also goes down to how that device itself was built, and then set it also differently as well too. The electronic wireless device varies from being a very large and heavy right down to being small and lightweight, and it fits in one hand, and it also depends on the make and model of that device as well. Electronic wireless is not just for transmitting or broadcasting any form of data, but it can also be used to make music as well, like a phonograph, which involves waving a hand between it two antennas of that device. Electronic wireless can be connected or paired up through wireless to each other device depending on the type of device and its make and model. The cost for an electronic wireless device varies from being cheap to being inexpensive, depending on the device in question. Pairing up or connecting up an electronic wireless device comes in several different terms, like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Some devices have wireless features that can only be added on externally to the wireless device. Electronic wireless may connect to another electronic wireless device, but however, in some cases, it may not connect to another electronic wireless device due to age, model of device in question, or the device itself is faulty, which it makes it unsuitable. Electronic wireless device can be used to help find and track things like finding someone in an emergency when help is needed, or if a car has just been stolen and law enforcement needs to track it down and locate it and get those involved arrested. An electronic wireless device can be a good thing to use, but it can also be used for bad things, and at times used for worse things as well. Electronic wireless device can be used to open and close things and turn applications on and off, appliances on and off. Electronic wireless can have extra features added to it or to be put on depending on the make and model of that device and how much the price is going to be on that device. Electronic wireless device can be used in many ways, and that device can operate as it's supposed to. Anyone can own an electronic wireless device and use that electronic wireless device any way they want to, as long as they follow the rules set them as they use it right. The power output as well, the transmission output is limited based on the country's regulations on where the electronic wireless device is bought from, and it also varies on the device itself in question. And while electronic wireless device is made to transmit or receive data or other forms of information. I have to say that the show has come to the end for the time being, and in the next episode of What Am I Saying, I'm going to be talking about the world of disability, and stay around for this episode to come, and for the time being, I see you guys later. The following production has been written, edited, presented, and produced by Patrick Gunning and copyrighted in 2023 by Patrick Gunning, or PFGUN0 for short.